Today we are going to work on our multiples of 8. But before we go into our multiples of 8, I'm me, so I'm going to teach you a song. We have our multiples of 8 here, and it's going to be to the tune of The Ants Go Marching One by One. So I hope you know the song. Just go ahead and listen, and then you can sing it along with me. Okay? Here you go. Listen. 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah. 32, 40, hurrah, hurrah. 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, 96, and that's it. Do it again with me. Go 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah. 32, 40, hurrah, hurrah. 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, 96, and that's it. Do it again. Go 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah. 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah. 32, 4, oops, I did it wrong. Ah! Go again. 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah. 32, 40, hurrah, hurrah. 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, 96, and that's it. Those are 8s. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so when you're doing your multiples of 8, when we're multiplying by 8, you know your answer has got to be one of these multiples. So you're skip counting by 8 here. It goes 8, 16, 24. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, hold your fingers up with me, and then 80. So we know 8 times 10 there is 80. So we can use our fingers now as a tool to help us multiply because we know our multiples. 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah. 32, 40, hurrah, hurrah. 48, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, 96, and that's it. Know your multiples, boom, boom, boom. Now you know your multiples, let's go ahead and use some of those other strategies that we know to help us solve some problems. So I'm going to start off with just a multiplication sentence. So I would like it if you would please have your board and your marker ready to go. We're just going to quickly solve some multiplication sentences. So we are used to seeing them out like this. We'll do 8 times 4. And when we see the whole sentence, we know we have both of our factors, and we're just looking for our products. So the cool thing about having multiplication here is we remember that associative property, we can switch the numbers. So I don't have to have my 8 first. If I switch them around, I know that I can also do 4 times 8 equals blank. So I'm going to use this strategy of flipping them around because I would much rather make 4 groups than 8 groups. 8 groups is too many. I don't want to make that many. I want to make a smaller number. So because I can switch them around, now I can just do 4 groups instead of 8 because that's my first factor. So my first factor here is 4. So let's go ahead and draw 4 equal groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's your first factor. How many groups? Second factor, how many in each? So we have to put 8 inside each. So my class, remember I tell you, we're trying to set them up so all your dots are equal and look nice and neat and not all over the place. So look at how neatly I set up my dots in my circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 in each group. Now, we just learned our multiples of 8, so now we can really skip count by 8 here. So we did 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah, 32. So how many do we end off with? 32. So if I have 32 total dots here, that means 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 equals 24. And 24 plus 8 equals 32. So my answer to 4 times 8 is 32. And if my answer to 4 times 8 is 32, then my answer to 8 times 4 is also 32. But because I can switch those numbers. Right? Make sure your board matches mine. If you need a couple more minutes, you can rewind and watch again. If you're ready to go, we can go ahead and erase, and we're going to try another problem. This time, let's go ahead and we are going to do 8 times 3 equals. 8 times 3 equals. Okay? So the first thing I want to do here is I am going to show you, we're going to flip those numbers again. So instead of 8 times 3, flip them around. This time I'm going to do 3 times 8 equals. So I'm still looking for that product. So by flipping the numbers around, I can now make a smaller amount of groups. Let's do that. We need 3 groups now. 1, 2, 3. And then our second factor, how many we're going to put in each, which is 8. Good. So let's put 8 dots in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And our last group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now all we have left to do is either add them, count them, or do our skip counting. Skip counting is way easier. We just got to learn our multiples. Let's sing. 8, 16, 24, hurrah, hurrah. So what's our answer? 24, very good. So if 3 times 8 equals 24, then what's 8 times 3? Very good, 24, because we can switch those around. What I want to show you now is I'm just going to erase my equal groups. I'm not going to erase my number sentences, because sometimes when we do our problem sets, we will see our problems written horizontally, but we can also stack them up. So sometimes you might see the 8 on top and then the 3 on the bottom with your multiplication sign off to the side like this, almost like an addition or subtraction problem, with your equal sign underneath it. It's the same thing. You just write your answer or your product right underneath it like so. And it would be the same thing to flip these numbers around. You could put the 3 on top, the 8 on the bottom, with your multiplication symbol, and there's your equal sign. It doesn't matter, even when you flip the factors, the product is still the same. Let's go ahead and do our story problem. You don't have to write the problem down, you're just going to solve it with me, okay? So it says, Miss Sue planted 56 flowers in her garden. She placed them into 8 rows. How many flowers were in each row? So I'm going to read this again, and I'm going to look for my keywords here. Miss Sue planted 56 flowers in her garden. In that sentence, it tells me that she planted 56 flowers. So I know she's got a total of 56 flowers. She placed them into 8 rows. In that sentence there, I know that I have got 8 rows. That makes me think of an array. How many flowers were in each row? So there's my question. I'm looking for how many flowers in each row. That is what I am trying to answer. So how many were in each row? So I'm going to think about how I could model this out now. I know that I've got 56 flowers total, and I know that I've got 8 rows. So I know how to draw out 8 rows, and so do you. So let's draw out 8 rows together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you have to redo your rows or your drawing, go right ahead. Okay? But it says I have 8 rows. But I don't know how many are in each row. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I know that I've got 8 rows. I have 8 rows. That's my first factor. But I don't know how many go in each row. I don't know. But I do know how many there should be total. There should be 56 total. So am I just going to start drawing 56? No, because each row has got to be the same number. So we are going to put 1 flower in each row until we get to 56. I'm going to put a flower in the first row. Can you put a flower in the first row? That's 1. Put a flower right underneath it. That's 2, right underneath. Put a flower in the third row. That's 3. Put a flower in the fourth row. 4. 5. Keep going. 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 flowers in my garden. 1 in each row so far. I'm going to go back up to the top, and I'm going to do it again. But I'm going to keep counting. So I have 8. What comes next? 9. Go down. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm at 16 right now. I'm going to put that 16 down below so that way I don't forget. So I went 8, 16. I'm going to keep going because I'm not at 56 yet. 16, go back to the top. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm going to write 24 down at the bottom so I don't lose count. 24. Back to the top. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So now I'm at 32. Am I done? Nope, because I got to get to 56. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I'm at 40. Keep going. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Keep going. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Ding, 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 ding. Stop, please. We're at 56. Let's figure out now our question. How many flowers were in each row? Count your rows now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 in row 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in row 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in row 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in row 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in row 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in row 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's 7 in row 8. So we know now that our missing number equals 7. So 8 times 7 equals 56. And if 8 times 7 equals 56, switch them around. 7 times 8 also equals 56. Awesome job. See you next week.
How do you feel about the lesson? You should understand how to use equal groups, arrays, and repeated addition to solve story problems using multiplication.